Hello, it says we're live on Facebook.
We're live.
Oh, I see
Yay!
this. Ah, there we
You
are.
see us? You can see us.
Yep, we're so cute. And look, we're kind of wearing the same colors.
Yeah, very neutral. Welcome. Hello, everyone.
Yay, happy Magic Tuesday.
Every day's magic, right?
Yeah, it is. And we're talking about fun stuff like always. But today we're talking about how much we love ayahuasca. And then we're inviting some of you, those who resonate, to have your own journey with us
Yes, in Colombia.
in Colombia.
Super exciting.
So exciting, so life-changing. And we're coming in here just to share like a couple of accounts. If you've been here at all with us, we've talked about it. We even did an entire interview series on expanded states of consciousness, and those included sacred sacraments such as ayahuasca. And maybe you have no idea what the heck we're talking about, and this is your first time. And if so, we are talking about ayahuasca and how it has been absolutely life-changing for us, and why we are facilitators in that sort of experience, so that our clients or those of you in our community can have the same transformative, life-changing experiences as us. So we're both going to share our own personal accounts. Now we have lots of experience in sharing this, but we're going to like bring it down to little nuggets of some of our most memorable times in the journeys. There's been many. Not only do we facilitate, but we continue journeying ourselves. And so we're just going to share little nuggets in there and see if it lands for you, if it inspires you. If so, we encourage you to stay until the end, because we will be inviting a small intimate group to Colombia with us in July, and we'll give you the deets about that. So do you want to start, or do you want me to start? Or
Well, I think it's important to talk a little bit about what ayahuasca is. And many call ayahuasca grandmother Aya. And she's a sacred, wise grandmother that you get to commune with through sacred sacraments. And we go to Colombia, where there's a mother-daughter shaman, right? The shamans that have lived on that land for decades. And this is a part of their culture. And so it's a very sacred experience to get to commune with grandmother ayahuasca while being supported by the mother-daughter shamans, and then also being supported by us in Colombia at the same time. So yeah, so that's a little bit about grandmother.
yes, and great point there that we go to Colombia to this retreat center where we work with Mama and her daughters, because they're the shamans, right? Though we facilitate you in preparation and in integration, they are the shamans that serve and hold space in all of that. We are the before and after facilitators. And what has really allowed us to be such amazing facilitators is going in and having these experiences and being so highly trained by our own coach, Marcy Locke.
Yep.
Anyway, let's dive into just a little snippet of some of our of all the journeys that we have had. It is really, really, really challenging to pick one, which is why we're going to be like coming in here multiple times a week, because we want you to know what is freaking possible when you sit with such a powerful sacred sacrament such as ayahuasca. Grandmother Aya, Yahe are all some of the names in which people use. But one of my favorites, the one that came to me today, I was sitting on the toilet. I'm like, what am I gonna share? Which one? Because there's so many. So the one I wanted to share is I was going into the medicine and saw this big, big, huge blue being with like tribal all over his body. And he had his hand on like right here, like above my heart, but below my neck, and opened my eyes. I'm like, whoa, that is something, and led me into all these messages for every single one of my children and my husband and myself. There's 7 of us. So I'm only, and all of them are as profound as the other. But I'm just going to talk about Snow, my little snow bear, the youngest. Oh my God, I feel like crying. I said, my little snow bear. She's so precious. She's the twin, but the young twin. So baby B. And went and had this beautiful experience where they're giving me all these messages, and they were talking about Snow and talking about how she comes from this planet that is extremely still, and it's a planet of water. And so there are these light beings that live on this planet, but they don't have physical bodies, and the water there is so still that the beings themselves don't differentiate between them and the water. And the message was that she requires stillness and a lot of co-regulation to allow her nervous system to be still, and that any moving water wouldn't be supportive of her. And I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. Of course, went on to hours of journeying. Well, fast forward 2 months, which was only like in January, all of a sudden she refused the bathtub. She refused the shower. She refused water. She hated even just like me pouring a cup of water on her, hated it, was horrified. And we had gone her whole life, her being okay in the water, right? And so we would try the shower. I would stand in the shower and hold her, worse. And so we decided to run the bath, make it very still, just as the information I got in ayahuasca, one baby at a time, because I used to play in there together, do her just by herself in very still water, very calm, and a lot of co-regulation. And finally, yesterday was the day that she played in the bathtub again after a month and a half of refusing moving water.
Wow.
Right? I was already prepared. For that. When it happened, I zoomed back into that journey and that blue man explaining why this is really important for Snow. And other things have happened with Snow that I had a foreshadow on thanks to this ayahuasca journey. And that is just so magical to me that I can be there in a way that supports Snow, because I was prepared, right? Like I actually was given a message that wasn't relevant yet and then became relevant.
I love that. And I know we have a certain amount of time here. I love that, Megan, because all of the information you received, because you received information on all of your kids, is meant to serve them so that you don't inadvertently traumatize them or shut down their powers, right? Yeah. Which I think is just so perfect, because my experience in ayahuasca, I went a year ago. Went last February and went in November, and I was 52 years old. Right. So for 52 years, I had never experimented with any type of psychedelics or anything. So going into ayahuasca was the first time. And my experience during those first, especially first 2 or 3 journeys, was healing from trauma. And so it's just so powerful that that's what these plant medicines are here for, is that we get to release, reveal, what was revealed to me was who I am at a soul level. And for 52 years, I couldn't get to that. Even as much of the spiritual growth and the spiritual learning and seeking and meditation and all the things I've done over the years, ayahuasca was the revealer for me. And that's what you're kind of talking about, is like, okay, we're awakening. We get to create and choose a new earth, which requires unifying the shadow and the light.
Mhm.
And for you, the message you got for your kids was like really supporting them in the light and not creating the shadow, because that's not what we're here for anymore. So that's so beautiful, being in different experiences of our lives. That's what was revealed to me. It was like, I got to see myself, and I got to see myself, the revelation of myself and the releasing of the old stories or the trauma, that kind of thing. And it was so fast, so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. And we hear we hear them out there, you know, all of that says these sorts of journeys are like 10 or 20 years of therapy in a day, in a week. And now the journeys themselves, as profound as they are and as therapeutic as they are, yes, but what has really created the biggest shifts in our lives is the integration of them. Is not just the, wow, that was an amazing journey, and then go back to life, or whoa, that was really heavy, really out there, I don't know what to do with it, go back to life, right? That we've really integrated these, and you know, I bring it home to my children and I parent them in a way that reflects the messages that come through in those journeys. And I love your point of like, you were healing trauma, and then here I am getting information on my kids to actually support them in like really grounding into their humanness and not creating trauma. So
Right. Yeah.
that's amazing. And so just the quick deets here is that we will be going to Colombia with a very small group. Scott and myself will be hosting and facilitating, and Michelle will very possibly be there in the preparation and integration calls. So you are so fully supported. My husband is trained in this, in facilitation, as well as me and Michelle. And so it is a small group, probably about 8 people, that we'll be bringing with us to that particular retreat center. Anyway, retreat center, to sit with ayahuasca and have such a profound experience. And it's overall a 3-month experience where we do preparation calls as well as integration live with you, aside from the retreat. So you have the retreat, but you also have preparation, very big deal, integration, and it is in July. If you would like more information, let us know in the comments below. We'll be putting a one sheet up for you to take a look at. And this is by application process. It's super important to us that we are bringing in resonant matches who are ready for this sort of transformative experience. So if you would like to talk to us about coming, please make sure that you do the application process. On our last retreat, we were flooded with calls, which is amazing. And we're going to make it a little more refined. You will have like the dates and logistics and that sort of thing before you do an application, just to streamline it. But if you want us to get that over to you today, because our last retreat filled in 7 days.
Yeah, filled up in 7
days. So if you would like to be, you know, for sure, like, hey, I got to get information on this, let us know right away. We already have a couple of our own personal clients that will be joining us. So let us know in the comments below, and Tori will get you taken care of.
Yeah, sounds great. We can't wait.
Yay. We'll see you soon, because we're coming back in here.
Absolutely. See you soon. Bye for now.